Okay, Guido, it is a lovely day out, the sun is shining, there are birds somewhere in the sky, and I'm feeling super creative. And you know what that means? That's right, it's time for you to sit down and watch me build a bunch of amazing stuff here within the tiny town dimension. Now I know you can get a little bit cross because all you do here is kind of sit and just watch me build all the fun stuff, but that is not the case today, Guido. I'm actually going to do some work with this water over here. You can see how the river kind of spills out from Bendy's movie studio into this little reservoir here. And my first thought was to build some kind of like giant sea kraken monster rising out of the river, attacking a couple of birds, a couple of planes, a real war zone here. So does that sound fun? You want to be involved? Okay, yeah, I mean, I know the water would fry your circuits, and I remember you particularly telling me that you were quite scared of any kind of sea monsters, so that's fine, that's okay. I mean, we've built literal zombie apocalypses together, we've even dipped our toe into a little bit of human sacrifice, but no, a little sea monster is what's gonna freak you out, okay? Is that really what it is? Psh, let's be real, Guido, the only problem, the only fear you had with this adventure, this dimension in particular, is that you're just not an artist like me, and that's okay. That's fine. So just sit down, relax, have some popcorn. Yeah, well, I guess kind of smush the popcorn against your screen face then, and watch me build this amazing sea monster. So we're kicking things off with this red here, I think. This kind of reddish pink. I want this sea monster to be like a giant squid of some kind, and it's going to be protruding out of this river here. So let's go ahead and turn snapping off. Now this guy is going to be quite the unit here. He is going to be rising out of the water just like this, and we're going to get to work on making this skull here. So we've got the basic shape of the skull nailed down already here. I'm just working on some eyes here for this guy. I'm actually considering giving him more than 2 eyes. I think that'd look really cool. So let's get to work on maybe adding like a 3rd eye, like just here, to this sea monster. I was about to call it a space monster. Maybe we could do like a UFO, and it's come out of the UFO, and the UFO's landed in the water nearby. You're right, Guido, I am getting ahead of myself. Okay, let's just work on what we've got right now, which is this thing. I'm also going to give this guy some like rings around his eyes, just for like texture purposes, I guess. So let me do something like this. And one more here. Might have to make this one a little bit bigger. This is like his main eye, so if we make it slightly bigger, just like that. Oh, that looks cool. I'm gonna go ahead and give him a mouth just like this. I'm kind of trying to figure out what the best shape for it is. That almost looks like a smile there if we place it like that, and that's just too happy. So if we place it upside down the other way, maybe something like this. It looks like a mustache, actually. But if we do that with a bunch of teeth here, this should look really cool if I can get the teeth nailed properly, just like that. We'll do a bunch of these around the outside. Okay, so that's his entire head pretty much done. Maybe I'll add some like cool pointy ears or something, but for the majority, that is pretty much our sea monster alien type thingy. That's his face kind of done. His fangs are super pointy. He's got his 3 eyes looking in every direction. This guy looks awesome. I might even give him a little hat as well if I feel like it. Okay, so now what I want to add are a couple of birds just kind of dotted around here, which are being attacked by the sea monster. I want some of them kind of partway like sinking, some of them like some sailboats. Whoa, this thing is huge. Jeez, let's put that down a little bit, just like this, rocking all over the place. And the reason I'm doing all the birds first rather than the tentacles is then we can kind of make the tentacles and have them sticking out through the water, grabbing onto these birds. If we have the birds in place first, that's just going to make it a lot easier. So let's get more fishing boats around the back as well. We're even going to have some like being flung into the air, maybe being held aloft by the sea monster himself. We're also going to have a couple of sailors on the boats who are kind of bravely, well, not really brave, kind of foolish, being attacked by this sea monster. We're going to have people jumping off the boat trying to get away. Look at these guys. They're like twins. They're like triplets in here trying to look after their boat. We're going to have this guy jumping off as well, kind of looking behind him at the sea monster there. This guy is wreaking havoc. This guy is like holding on to his boat for dear life. He's being flung off into the ocean here. And this one's not being so lucky. We're actually going to have a sailor here who is going to be being grabbed by the sea monster in progress. So let's do something like this. His leg's going to be kind of being yanked away. We'll have one arm like reaching out desperately, just like this, but this guy is going to be the one that's being pulled away by the sea monster. Now what we need to work on are the tentacles. So we're going to go for the same shade of pink here, have it kind of reaching out just like this. Now, in other occasions when I was making something similar to this Guido, I would be a little bit hesitant to use these spherical, that's not a word, spherical primitives, because they kind of look a bit wobbly and bulky, but I think they really work with the sea monster here. We also want them to kind of shrink down a little bit as they get further out, just like this, until eventually they turn into a point, just like this. There we go. That looks awesome. I'm also going to add these like suckers on the side, these like suction cup things, to make him really look like some kind of sea beast here. And they're just going to go along the side, just like this. Oh, that one's a bit funky. Just like that. And just like that. That looks pretty awesome to me. So we're going to do the exact same technique for the rest of the tentacles. And I guess I'll speak to you guys once most of the tentacles are done. Okay, and Guido, I think that is the final tentacle. And this thing is looking awesome. As you can see, it's very dynamic. Got a lot of wibbly wobbly tentacles. This ship being flung into the air by this tentacle here. This one right at the back grabbing this guy. We've also got this one at the front, which is like dipping out of the water. And then dipping out of... Guido, that is disgusting. You and this giant squid, you're both dirty. Dirty people, okay? That's not why I was... Okay, let's just forget about that. So now, what I'm thinking is that we add a little bit more destruction here. We're gonna head to the ground section here so we can find some rocks kind of dipping out of the water here. I really want the sea to look super rough. This really isn't particularly the sea, it's just this kind of tiny reservoir here, so I don't know why I said the sea, but this portion of water I want to look particularly rough, look like it's particularly being destroyed by this creature right here. Have some islands, some jagged rocks. What else can we do? Here's some rocks right here, very tiny, but we can increase the size of these, put them right here just like this. Have some more hills on this side here, so it really looks like this guy is messing everything up. Now, obviously, the military are not going to want this sea monster here to interfere with the rest of the town and potentially swim through, get into the sewer system, and destroy everything. So what we're going to do instead is have some kind of border, some kind of wall, some barrier that they've set up here. Just like this. It's not going to be a very good barrier. It's going to kind of be very broken here. But this is going to separate the sea monster from everything else and kind of keep him trapped there. Although, if he simply swam to his right, he would be able to get onto this part of the road and, look, let's not give him any ideas, okay? We want him to do less destruction, not more. Oh, we're gonna add some, like, helicopters in here, surveying what's going on, making sure they're monitoring the whole situation here, just like this. And, I think we also have an opportunity for maybe, like, some kind of military boat? Maybe there isn't one of those. Maybe right here we can get some kind of... There is a barge. Maybe we get like a barge here, just on the outskirts here, with a crane on top of it, because why not? Why not have a crane there, just like this? And they're going to be having like some kind of viewing party from this barge here. You know, the military going to be shooting in, trying to take down the big boy. That's right, that's his name, the big boy. I'm sure they could put a tank on here. I have no idea how they got it there. I guess it, like, swam or something. But, look, this isn't about realism, Guido, okay? This is about art. I am an artiste. Okay, so now we've got that all set up. We want a military crew here, so we probably need a bunch of soldiers. These are mercenaries? No. We want some brave soldiers that are going to be fighting against this squid here. I guess the special forces unit would be the best. These guys are going to be, like, freaking out on the, oh, what is this guy doing? Freaking out on the barge itself. This guy is, like, drunk or something. We're just going to keep him as he is. We should probably turn snapping off for this. So, yeah, we're going to have this whole military force here, kind of watching what's going on here. I want someone up here in the watchtower, so we'll sneak this guy in here, just like this. There we go. So he's stood up there just watching. We have a general here who is just saluting for some reason. He's just feeling very proud and patriotic in this moment, I guess. I'm actually gonna have this guy, like, falling into the water by accident. He's, like, the new soldier, the newest one on the job. That's kind of... He doesn't know what's going on. Speaking of soldiers, we've got a couple of more soldiers here. I'm also gonna have this one here. And these guys are gonna be the actual ones that are firing at the giant squid. So, let's go over to items, I believe, where we should probably find the military weapons here. Yes, this is what we need. So as I said, these guys are going to be firing in the general direction of the squid here. So we'll put another gun like right there. They're not really holding them as a traditional military protocol, and this guy is going to have dropped his in the water. But they are the only line of defense against this guy until backup arrives. Now what I'm going to do is add a little bit more wreckage just dotted around here, just to make it a little bit more a little bit more cool looking, just like this, just some random shards. Gonna give these guys some sandbags for cover right there. We need more damage here, more damage. Maybe we could do like some kind of container that's been dragged into the water, just like that. Oh, we're also gonna have a lighthouse, which has just fallen off this cliff here, just like that. That's why that formation of rocks is there. And I think we're pretty much done with this. I mean, we could probably do a couple more sailors, which have been flung into the mouth of the giant squid. But aside from that, I think we're pretty much done. We're just gonna have some random guys, not that many, jeez. Random guys that are just being flung into the gaping maw of the squid. And unfortunately, this guy is gonna be the one that has been eaten. So we're gonna have him kind of sticking his hands out just like this as he falls into the mouth itself, which is going to be the fate of this guy as well. But aside from that, I think we're pretty much done. I mean, we could add a few more little extras like this. I guess this is like a very fashionable headband or something right here, just to give him a little bit more texture here, just like this. Hold on, if I just shrink this down a little bit more, turn it to some kind of kern up top. Come on, just a couple more. Maybe one more right here, and that's going to give him a bit of texture near the top, but I think that's pretty much it. I think we've nailed it, first attempt. So this is what it looks like from afar, and I've got to say, Guido, that is probably the best build we've done so far in the entirety of the Tiny Town dimension. Yeah, like you could do better. You don't have a pair of these. That's right. Hands. But yeah, very happy with that. If you guys have any ideas as to what you'd like to see me build next within Tiny Town, please let me know. But for right now, I think we're going to wrap things up there. I hope you guys enjoyed this installment of the Tiny Town adventure. If you did, leave a like, leave a subscribe, and I will see you all in the next installment of Tiny Town. Checkpoint complete. Bye, guys.